Alright, so I know I made a video in a little bit, but I've just been busy and just overall just dealing with a bunch of fucking bullshit that I shouldn't be dealing with. But it is what it is. But I want to talk about Apple and iPhones in this episode of Now That's Bullshit. And let's start off by mentioning, that Apple might have might have secure phones. They might have security, but what they've done is they've turned security into a bad thing. Now, the reason why I say this is you get a used iPhone because someone doesn't need it anymore, and that person either gets a new account, forgets their password, whatever happens, right? And that iPhone becomes a paperweight because of iCloud. I understand the need for security. I completely understand that. But when they make phones completely just worthless and useless because the person that last had the phone was too lazy to, unlock it and reset it, it's fucking bullshit. And it's always gonna be fucking bullshit. Like, Apple literally sits there and recycles their products and scraps them rather than having you use a used iPhone. They want you to buy a new one. I mean, this isn't fucking new. This is something that's been going on for a long time. And I'm going to bring in more videos to this channel of this sorts where I talk about what I think is bullshit and what I think could be fixed or changed. And I don't know how well this series is going to perform, but it's going to be something quick and easy for me to do. I have a reaction video to Nick Natoli's new track, or not new track, new music video, and I think I'm gonna re-record it today and just do a fresh one. But back to the topic at hand here. You look at Apple and they have a lot of good software. They have a lot of good software for their computers, and their cameras are good. But my problem with iPhones is that they constantly upgrade the modules and features, but then they make the battery have a shorter lifespan. Shorter charge, and I disagree with how they're doing that, because if you're gonna make a new phone with new features, don't bog down the battery and make the battery smaller, and don't make it so you can't replace the battery, because they want people to just completely throw away a completely good phone when there's one thing wrong with it. The same way, people are lazy and they'll throw away a computer because they don't want to take the time to fix it. They're lazy. It comes down to it, they're lazy, and that might come off as like me sound like a dick, but it's true. Like, if iPhones are supposed to be the best phones out there, right, and they're supposed to be innovative, like when Steve Jobs was still running Apple, he actually added features and gave you quality products, and now that's not the case anymore. Now they add a brand new camera, a 3D camera, panorama, ray tracing features. And I'm just exaggerating at this point, but they add all these features, right? And they take away the headphone jack and say we've added new features and took away the headphone jack. That's totally okay. There are people who still use headphones that don't want a wireless headset because wireless dies. They die too easily. And the whole fact that they want to get away from wires is bullshit. Like, think about this, right? If they get away from wires, what is your Ethernet gonna do? What is it gonna have? What infrastructure is gonna still exist when they get rid of Ethernet and they say, here's Wi-Fi that you don't need to plug in anymore? Number one, radiation And cancer is going to be more rampant. Number two, you look at the 5G, and you have Apple promoting 5G. It's going to put all the lower frequencies, 4G, 3G, whatever fucking you use, and it's going to throw that away. And I know I'm probably going in circles right now, but the iPhones are bullshit. They're always going to be bullshit. Like, let's just put into retrospect, right? Say this is an iPhone, and my friend really needs a phone, and I tell him, here, have this iPhone. And he gets it, and he's just like, I can't use it. It's locked. The iCloud lock is still on there. And I'm just like, oh shit. And I can't remember my password. Or, maybe I don't live in the same state as him anymore. Or maybe I shipped it to him. What are the chances I'm going to be able to unlock that? And the fact that people have to go out of their way to unlock the phone to have other people use it is fucking horse shit. Last time I checked, when you have a Windows computer or an Apple fucking desktop, you know what you can do? You can reset that bitch. I don't know about Apple computers. I think there's still iCloud on Apple computers. But you could just wipe the hard drive and, put a new operating system on it that completely bypasses the lock. But, when it comes to cell phones, why the fuck should you have to... Why make your phones paperweights? And only the store could unlock it. They pretty much have the technology to unlock it at the stores, but they don't want to do it because it might be stolen. Oh, no, that's an excuse. What it actually is, let's see. Oh, your friend gave you that phone that we think might be stolen? Oh, guess what, dude? You're gonna have to actually, buy another one, because we want you to spend money, and we don't want you using our products secondhand. And that's what it comes down to. There's not much to talk about this. Everyone knows Apple is shit. Everyone knows Apple is garbage. Everyone knows that Apple has some of the best editing software, but you have to have an Apple device for it. And if you don't have an Apple device, you run a virtual machine. And I was watching a video from Some Ordinary Gamers, and he does, videos about interesting things like this. And he uses a virtual machine. And a virtual machine is where you have a virtual operating system on your operating system, and it's not your main operating system. You can run Windows as a virtual machine, Linux, iOS, if you really want to, and, whatever fucking new Apple operating system. I don't keep track of it because it's irrelevant to me. At the end of the day, iPhones and iPads are fucking worthless, because if your shit is used and you want to give it to somebody and you don't have that Apple account anymore, you can't. It's going to be me repeating myself at this point, but how's it going, Ashley? I'm just talking about how iPhones are bullshit, and how if someone gave me an iPhone to use because my phone broke, I wouldn't be able to use it because they forgot the password and they can't sign in and unlock the phone. Security is important. You have to have security. You have to have two-factor authentication. You have to have that. But when security gets in the way of used phones and making them paperweights, that's fucking bullshit. Let's just say, for example, by some wild chance, how are you doing, Ashley, by the way? You have a relative, and your relative dies, and he does something to take himself out of the game. Okay, let's just say that. And your relative is dead. And you want to know why he did what he did. But his iPhone is locked via cloud. And you'll never know his password because he's dead. Only the government and Apple have the opportunity to unlock that phone. Not the family members. No, the government with the backdoors they have with Android and Windows and iOS and whatever fucking Lion King operating system they have on goddamn Apple devices, the new computers they have. It's bullshit. And I think what we're gonna do is maybe open up the stream to like an open discussion about anything while I'm still on here. But that's what I gotta say about Apple. If anyone wants me to talk about anything else, the news, what's going on, I guess we can talk about other shit, but I did want to keep this stream mainly about iPhones, but I guess I can add more to it. What's on my mind right now is what's happening in Rochester. And in Rochester, there are people harassing others going to restaurants. They are burning down buildings in Rochester, and it seems like people don't really fucking care about it. And look it, Rochester is very, very close to where I'm at. And think about it. You work all fucking day, you bust your ass off, and you go to a restaurant with your family, your friends, your acquaintances, right? Your acquaintances. And you can't even do that anymore. You can't even do that anymore because you have people harassing you. Oh, do you care about these lives? Do you care about these specific lives? Nah, shut the fuck up. I care about all lives, but I'm not going to focus on one set of lives because you think you're the most victimized. That's not the way it works in this fucking country. And I'm sick of people saying that they are the most victimized. When you look at the statistics, and this is what the mainstream media says. Well, the minorities are the most oppressed. Okay, they're the most oppressed. Then why do they add all the statistics up? Why do they add 7 majority statistics up to outnumber one statistic, aka Caucasians? Why do they do that? If we're talking about a single statistic, the most single statistic that is being represented as the most abused would be Caucasians, because cops kill more Caucasians than they kill any I don't, this is actually making me pissed because people don't understand the reality of the world we're living in. Look at, in South Africa, there are white Africans in South Africa that are still being murdered, and it was the South Africans, right? The black South Africans that said, oh, kill the white Africans in South Africa. They stole our land. Last time I checked, those white Africans were the ones that fucking made those farmlands luscious and green. And what did the fucking black South Africans do? Fucking destroy them. And they're still killing white Africans in South Africa. And guess what? In America, Caucasians are being murdered and genocided. But then again, you know, the African Americans complain and say the white man is the reason why they're dying. Last time I checked, the white man didn't tell you to pull a trigger on your friend because you're selling drugs and you're a fucking fiend and you're a fucking hood rat. If you want to repeat the same process of destruction, go ahead, but it's your own fault. It's your own fault. If you want to shoot yourself in the foot and continue to shoot yourself in the foot, it's your own fault for being fucking stupid. So BLM needs to be rid of. BLM needs to disappear, and Antifa needs to disappear. I saw the video of the Antifa protesters that got set on fire. Yeah, the Antifa protester is trying to set people on fire, sets himself on fire. Oh, an Antifa death squad is backfiring on itself because guess what? Kyle was part of an Antifa death squad hunting Trump supporters, outing them, killing them. Oh, what happened with Kyle? He shot Antifa death squad members that were pedophiles, registered sex offenders. Yeah, okay, I'm done with this. I'm angry, I'm pissed off, and every time I fucking think about it, makes me angry. Makes me angry because every day people are fucking dying, and I'm sick of it. Now let's talk about iPhones. People care more about iPhones and technology and fighting over what brand is the best than they do about human lives. Whatever. I'm off this bitch. I can't believe this shit. And here's the thing, right? Apple and all these companies, they support BLM. They support Antifa. They support it. They support China. They support all of it. Why are you still buying from these companies? Why are you still buying from these brands when they support these radical fucking groups? And despite Apple locking down their phones so you can't give someone a used phone if you forgot your password or you forgot to unlock it, people still buy it. Stop buying from Apple. Stop buying iPhones. Stop buying iPads. Stop buying computers from Apple. Just pirate their operating system and fucking install it on a virtual machine and do that. Stop giving these motherfuckers your money because they don't care about you. I'm done. Now that's bullshit.